Ladies and gentlemen, there is a new kid on the blockchain called DeFi 2.0. In this episode, we will talk about what it is, what it does, and what the future might be. Hi, this is your BunnyMoney channel, and here we discuss all things crypto trading and finance. This video doesn't contain any financial advice and was made for educational purposes only. Blockchain is constantly changing, and due to its very nature, once a new existing thing comes up, it becomes the center of attention. DeFi 2.0 has been quite popular and many think it's the next big thing. However, DeFi 2.0 is still in the stage of early development, and to understand it, let's first summarize DeFi 1.0. The initial aim of DeFi 1.0 was to create liquidity pools provided by people around the world for either new or established projects. It was designed to revolutionize financial system. However, as time went by, more and more people were able to create their own projects, which is why they began to pull their crypto from pools and finance their endeavors themselves. This created a supply problem, which we all can witness today when the market is crowded with projects with plenty of new ones coming out daily. Some of the issues with DeFi 1.0 and the obstacles it's been facing are usability of DeFi platforms. The complexity of some projects' UX and UI makes it difficult for new or inexperienced users to fully utilize decentralized products. With this increased complexity, many people lack time, resources, and/or desire to get into the depth, which is why they stay on the level of simply playing with crypto. Scalability of DeFi 1.0. High fees and long waiting time for transactions to be approved by the network create pressure for users. The majority of DeFi is based on Ethereum network, with its long delays and huge fees. This means that if you would like to earn profits by using DeFi platforms, your initial investment should range somewhere between thousands of dollars. Human nature. As it's proven, people's attention spans have been shrinking. In the blockchain industry, you see people's preferences change daily. One moment crypto is the future, the next day DeFi is the future. Another day some random dude creates a project with a funny name which gets support of a tech billionaire and people go crazy spending their money on this project and investing in it. The entire industry is based on hype. Without it, many of the existing popular projects won't even be looked at twice. Some people use hype to their advantage, which is why FUD, pumps and dumps exist. With all this shakiness and uncertainty, DeFi projects rely heavily on stable coins like fiat, USDT, USDC, and DAI. However, even here there is an issue, since many don't believe that these coins are backed by the treasury. Centralization. The entire idea of blockchain has its appeal in decentralization and the lack of one authority that dictates the rules and controls everything. Mistakenly, many people blindly believe that absolutely everything crypto-related is decentralized. However, while complete and total decentralization is the case for some projects, for others it's only half true. Partly decentralized projects might have some their features centralized. Risks. As with any new thing, there are risks associated with security. With all the limitations of DeFi 1.0, the development of new ideas and approaches has begun. The aim of DeFi 2.0 is to resolve the issues DeFi 1.0 was unable to. These are scalability. This is the primary concern of DeFi 2.0. Why? Because for DeFi users, especially newcomers, it's been a huge obstacle to interact with Ethereum and its high gas fees and long times of transactions. Design. Design is another area where DeFi 2.0 can improve the state of things. Many people don't understand the idea and ways of how to use DeFi protocols, which is why simplicity is the key. Human nature. Users of DeFi 1.0 were focused on earning more APY. DeFi 2.0 strives to change this approach by experimenting with new ways of capturing attention and making the users stay. Centralization. As we mentioned earlier, one of the problems with DeFi 1.0 is the authority. A lot of partly decentralized projects have some of their features under control of a group of people, which creates trust issues in the community. As some people join DeFi to make profits, others also want to pursue freedom and independence from any third parties, which is why DeFi 2.0 makes decentralization a priority. Decentralized autonomous organizations have been gaining popularity. They are member-owned communities without a centralized leadership. Everyone gets the right to vote on the project's development. This new approach is all about the relationship between users, capital providers, and the protocol itself. The protocol will also own its liquidity. This topic can't be covered fully in one video. There is more to it, such as capital efficiency, limitations of liquidity mining, etc. But let's talk about one particular example of DeFi 2.0. Olympus DAO OHM is probably the main catalyst of the new DeFi 2.0. This is one of the first DeFi 2.0 projects aiming to create a stablecoin and compete with existing fiat currencies. In other words, it's a project with a free-floating currency backed by the treasury. Why Olympus DAO wants to compete with stablecoins? Well, the circulating volume of dollar-pegged stablecoins has exceeded 100 billion. In essence, Olympus DAO is an algorithmic currency protocol which was introduced in the beginning of 2021. Its alternative to a liquidity model is a mining model. As mentioned, this is the project with a free-floating currency that's backed by the treasury. Each OHM token is backed by one DAI in treasury. Tokens can't be minted or burnt by anyone except the protocol, and the protocol only does this in response to price. If the price of OHM is getting below one DAI, the protocol buys back and burns OHM. When OHM price gets bigger than one DAI, the protocol mints and sells new OHM. So as Olympus team said, and I quote, because the treasury must hold one DAI and only one DAI for each OHM, every time it buys or sells it makes a profit. It either gets more than one DAI for the sale or spends less than one DAI on the purchase. End of quote. Which sounds promising for OHM's price to be stable and not to trade below its value. Some even compare Olympus DAO to a private bank or a Federal Reserve or a reserve bank, where the currency it manages is fully backed by their assets. The potential of DeFi 2.0 projects to enter crypto mainstream will determine the direction of future DeFi development. So many use this system to make profits, but there is more to it than that. It's a new generation of a financial system, a new era. DeFi 2.0 is only the next step to DeFi protocols, but I do believe we are only at the beginning of a long road. In the years to come, people will improve existing platforms and create new ones. Blockchain technology is amazing. Decentralized finance allows users to utilize applications anytime, anywhere without a centralized authority who is in control. However, as it stands for both decentralized applications and DeFi, there is a lot more to be done. This was our episode for today. Please subscribe for more knowledge. This is your BunnyMoney channel. I'm Vlad. See you in the next episode.